Texas Rangers starting lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers. Shin-Soo Choo is in right field leading it off with Delino DeShields in left field. Prince Fielder is the DH with Adrian Beltre at third base. Mitch Moreland at first base with Elvis Andrus at shortstop batting sixth. Leonis Martin is in center field. Adam Rosales at second base, and Carlos Corporon does the catching in bats ninth. On the mound for the Red Sox tonight is Clay Buchholz. The Red Sox starting pitcher is brought to you by your local New England Audi dealers. Ninth appearance of the year for Buchholz. 2-4 with a 4.93 earned run average. 54 strikeouts to 13 walks. And opponents hitting at 273 against Buchholz. Did get a no decision in an outstanding effort against the Seattle Mariners. 8 innings, 1 run, striking out 11 along the way.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are third in the league in defense with 19 errors in 40 games. Brock Holt will be at third base. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Mike Napoli, the first baseman. Left to right, Hanley Ramirez, Mookie Betts, and Daniel Nava. And Sandy Leon doing the catching as usual for Buck Holtz.
Well, the umpires tonight, Mark Wegner has the plate with Marty Foster at first base. Mike Muchlinski, the umpire at second. And Mike Winters, the crew chief, will work third base tonight. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, the weather conditions tonight, 64 degrees here at the ballpark. Breeze out to left at 10 miles per hour. And the forecast partly cloudy, but right now plenty of blue sky above and lights on here at Fenway Park. Clay Buchholz getting ready for his 9th start of the year.
Well, he hopes to have better success than he did last year against Texas. Last year, only faced him one time, went 4 1/3 innings in that game, and gave up 6 earned runs. So looking for different results here tonight.
Well, Shin-Soo Choo ready to get it started here in the top half of the first inning. 233 average, 6 homers, and 17 runs batted in for Choo. Yeah, struggled at the plate, 4 for his last 22 in the last 5 games, seeing that average drop to 233. First pitch of the ball game is going to miss for ball 1.
And Choo is about as deep in the batter's box as you can possibly be. That left foot is just right barely on the line in the batter's box. Some guys like to be deep like that to see the ball a little bit longer. Some guys prefer to be up closer to home plate. But Choo, as you can see, just has his toes on the line.
Choo not chasing, and it is now 3-0. Buchholz in that last outing did not walk anybody in 8 innings worth of work. This is line to right, and that's going to get in for a base hit. So Shin-Soo Choo, the base hit to right field.
Gets the cut fastball outside from Buchholz, and Choo had only been 1 for 12 previous to this hit against Clay. There you see the spin on the cutter. And Choo delivers in the right field for the base hit to lead off the ball game.
Lead runner on here for the Rangers in the first brings up Delino DeShields. Started the first game in center. The last 2 games have been in left field. Overall, a 271 average coming in. Choo's bunt drops it down. Pretty good one. Holt down from third with no play. DeShields with very good speed. And a bunt single for DeShields. The first 2 have reached here for the Rangers in the first inning.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to sacrifice either. That's just an absolutely perfect bunt for DeShields. And the reason I say he's not sacrificing because he waited a long time before he got into that bunting position. And drops a ball dead down that third base line. So a beautiful bunt by DeShields, and very quickly the Texas Rangers have a couple of men on.
There is Prince Fielder, who's had a terrific beginning to this season for the Rangers. 348, 5 homers, and 23 runs batted in. Five for 11 in the last 3 games, and has a 9-game hitting streak coming in. Not to mention the great numbers with runners in scoring position. In the air to right field. Nava going back onto the track to make the catch. Tagging both runners, and it is second and third now as Choo goes to third. DeShields to second on the long fly out to right field for Prince Fielder.
Now, Prince Fielder just missed that one. It was a cut fastball, and he takes to the warning track. Very good base running by the Shields at first base because he knows this ball's either going to be caught or be a home run. So he goes back to tag up, and he gets himself in the scoring position. So instead of having a first and third situation, he got two men in scoring position now with the one out.
And here is Adrian Beltre, Rangers third baseman, checking in, hitting at .264, 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. He has hit safely in his last 5 straight games and at .368 during the 5-gamer.
Early in the ball game, the Red Sox playing the infield back, with the exception of Brock Holt at third base, who's just a couple of steps behind the bag. Trying to protect against giving up 2 runs.
Fouls it back on the fastball, 1-1. Good month so far for Adrian Beltre. 19 games in May at .325. Beltre, a guy who likes to play every day, was activated off the DL in April of last year. He's played all 180 Rangers games since being activated from the DL, April 25th of last year. Second longest active consecutive game streak in the major leagues, only Freddie Freeman with more, 207 consecutive starts.
We got used to that when he was with the Red Sox, right, Don?
No doubt.
I mean, every day you could count on Beltre.
One season here with the Red Sox back in 2010. At .293 that year, 17 homers, 66 RBIs. And that is ball 4. Missing away. Buchholz wanted that outside corner, doesn't get it. And the bases are loaded with 1 down.
Buchholz again going to the cut fastball on the 3-1 count and just missed the outside corner. Not by very much, but a good take there by Adrian Beltre. 3-1, he's not looking for a pitch out there anyway.
There is Mitch Moreland. Bases filled here with Rangers in the top of the first inning. A .288 average coming in. 2 homers, 12 runs batted in for the Rangers' first baseman. And fooled on that pitch, kind of lunging at that.
That's a good pitch selection there by Leon, and Buchholz going to the changeup. First changeup of the game, and a good time for it because Moreland's sitting all over fastball with the bases loaded.
Fouled off to the left, and Buchholz jumps ahead here, 0-2. Moreland in his career, 14 for 39 in this spot. Does have a grand slam to his credit. 0 for 1 this year with the bases loaded. Missing inside as it is 1-2. Buchholz so far this season has not won at home. He is 0-3 at Fenway Park. And this is hooked on the ground right side. Pedroia will go to second to get the lead runner there at second base. It is dropped, but on the transfer, and another run will come in. So as the ball is dropped, it'll score 2 runs on the play. Chu had scored. DeShields comes in to score. And the Rangers take a 2-0 lead.
Now the Red Sox had no chance for a double play right there, and you could tell the way Pedroia gave this feed to his shortstop. He's just trying to get one. But you see the reach right there. He's got the out. He had control of the baseball, but then on the transfer, it drops the ball, and that allows another run to score. So instead of the 1-run scoring, because of the bobble right there, 2 runs come across, and the Red Sox quickly down 2-0.
Xander Bogaerts getting charged with an error that allows DeShields to score. So Mitch Moreland at first base, held on. A quick start down for the Rangers. On top 2-0 tonight. And here is Elvis Andrus. Let's take a look at strike one at the bottom of the zone.
There's a case for Bogaerts. You know, if you're thinking ahead a little bit, you really know you have no choice for double play, so you just kind of get the out at second, almost make yourself like a first baseman, get the force out at second base.
Red Sox are just 7-18 when the opponent scores first. No one pitch fouled off Andrus, and it goes out to Holt, but it is strike two. So having to work from behind tonight out of the gate. Elvis Andrus, a .229 hitter coming in. Popped up short right, backpedaling is Pedroia. And Dustin puts it away to end the inning. But 2 runs for the Rangers. They take a 2-0 lead. Red Sox coming up for 2 runs in their half of the first inning. And now it's on to the bottom of the first as Mookie Betts leads it off and takes strike one. Tonight's Rangers starting pitcher, presented by New England Nissan dealers. Wandy Rodriguez, the former Houston Astro. 6 start, 1-2, 3.86 earned run average. His last time out against the Cleveland Indians took a loss in 4 2/3. Allowed 5 runs. Betts gets tied up and pops it up. Foul ground, Beltre and Corporon, and neither will have a play. Carlos Corporon, the personal catcher of Wandy Rodriguez. He generally catches all of his starts. As Mookie Betts' numbers coming into tonight's action. This is fouled back, and it hangs at 0-2. Wandy Rodriguez, a 36-year-old left-hander. It's on the ground to deep short. Andrus, long throw, one hops it, and it is picked at first base by Moreland. Able to get Mookie Betts.
Now Moreland makes a very nice play over at first base because this is not an easy hop to handle from Elvis Andrus. Andrus back on the outfield grass, and it hits that grass and pops up high, so working from the ground up, Mitch Moreland able to make that catch. Very nice play by the first baseman.
So 1 down takes us to Dustin Pedroia. 271, 5 homers, 15 runs batted in. Pedroia so far 2 for 10 in the series. Took an 0 for 5 here last night. Now he rifles this foul into the seats. With the 0 for 5 last night, snapped a streak of 23 consecutive games reaching base via hit or a walk. And been the 3rd longest on base streak of the season. As David Ortiz waits on deck, Pedroia will take strike 2.
See the base hits for Dustin Pedroia, 50% up the middle, 50%. Wait a minute, don't tell me he doesn't have a hit to left field. Oh, that's left-handed pitching? No hits to left field?
That's what they're telling you.
I take exception with that.
The 1-2 pitch. Not buying it?
No. See what the defense is set up. They think he's going to pull.
And he does. On the ground to third base. Beltre will gather and throw with the second out of the inning. Well, tonight's Red Sox starting lineup is brought to you by your Eastern Hyundai dealers. It is Mookie Betts leading it off with Dustin Pedroia at second base. David Ortiz, the DH, with Hanley Ramirez in left field. Mike Napoli at first base. Brock Holt at third base with Xander Bogaerts at shortstop. Daniel Nava in right. And Sandy Leon does the catching and bats ninth. Shane Victorino was in the original starting lineup this afternoon, but some left calf soreness has him out of the lineup tonight. And John Farrell expecting Pablo Sandoval to return tomorrow. Feeling better today after being hit in this series with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball near his kneecap. 1-0 will miss, and Ortiz is ahead 2-0. Shift on here for the Rangers. David 0 for 2 last night, but walked 3 times, twice intentionally. This is on the first game of the series on Tuesday night. Pablo Sandoval hit right around the knee area. And it's certainly sore, as you might imagine, as this one jams Ortiz, and he fouls it back. In the dirt for ball 3.
That's the pitch he's been going to for his out pitch right off the bat. Rodriguez with curveballs to both Mookie Betts. Dustin Pedroia tried the curveball there to David Ortiz.
Greg Maddux, the pitching coach for Texas. Payoff pitch to Big Papi. And Ortiz grounds into the shift. Rosales in short right field throws out Ortiz, and 3 ground ball outs. So 1-2-3 first for Rodriguez. 2-0 Texas. Buchholz dealing with the bottom third of the Rangers order. Leonis Martin, Adam Rosales, and Carlos Corporan face Buchholz. Martin at 206, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. A flashy center fielder and a couple of very good defensive plays here last night. Aware of his bunting ability, Brock Holt in on the grass at third base.
Back-to-back curveballs from Buchholz to start off Martin. Quickly gets ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, and now Brock Holt can drop back a little bit at third base with the 2 strikes. Second changeup.
And Martin strikes out. First strikeout of the night for Clay Buchholz.
Now 3 pitches to not see 1 fastball, 2 curveballs, and now this changeup to put him away. Nice play by Leon, too, at the other end. Picking that ball before it hits the dirt, and then, just in case, puts a tag on.
So the first strikeout of the night for Buchholz. 1 down here in the second inning. Rosales swinging at the first pitch. Aggressive. The Texas Rangers so far against Buchholz, and that one fouled off to the right. Rosales had 156, 2 homers, and 4 runs batted in. Fourteenth total start this year for him as he fouls this down the right field line into the seats. Very comfortable night here tonight at Fenway Park. Rosales down to the count 0-2. And a liner to left field. Hanley Ramirez on the run makes the catch. Nice running grab by Hanley Ramirez, 2 down. Well, it's time to vote for your Red Sox All-Stars. Support your favorite Red Sox stars by going to redsox.com today to vote.
A nice play by Hanley Ramirez. It looked like that ball was going to find a gap, but Ramirez, who was kind of shading Rosales in that direction, is able to take about 7 steps in, maybe 8 steps, and make the catch.
Now 2 down here in the second inning for Carlos Corporan. And a swing and a miss, tying him up, down and in. 200 hitter with a home run, 4 runs batted in. He has 5 for his last 31, and 161 coming in. Opening day roster for the 3rd straight year for Corporan. Rangers coming into tonight's game 9.5 games back of the Houston Astros in the American League. Rangers on top 2-0 as we head here to the bottom of the second inning. Hanley Ramirez, Mike Napoli, Brock Holt to bat in the second. Andy Rodriguez with a 1-2-3 first inning, 3 ground ball outs. Hitting Betts, Pedroia, and Ortiz in succession. Ramirez fouls it off to the right out of play.
Good numbers for Hanley against Rodriguez, 417 with a home run as we look at his numbers for this season. Stuck on 10 for a while.
To center as Martin coming in will make the catch. Didn't break right away, but got plenty of speed to recover for the first out of the second inning. Well, Saturday on Dining Playbook, find out about the 3 best brunch spots in Boston, and Jenny talks to Red Sox pitcher Joe Kelly about his cooking skills. Catch all that and more on Dining Playbook Saturday morning at 9. One down here in the second inning brings up Mike Napoli. 184 with 4 homers, 13 runs batted in for Napoli. And lately has heated it up. Mike 4 for 8 so far in the series with a home run.
It's interesting. Only 2 Red Sox batters in the lineup tonight have faced Rodriguez in the past, and that's Hanley Ramirez and Mike Napoli. All the others have not seen him yet.
One hopper, it explodes on Andrus. He's got it, gathers himself, and throws out Napoli. 2 down. Elvis Andrus, a nice play at shortstop. Well, Tuesday, June 2nd, is Mike Napoli bobblehead at night at Fenway Park. All fans in attendance will receive a Mike Napoli bobblehead presented by Enos. Visit redsox.com/promos for more info and to purchase your tickets now. So 2 down in the second. Brock Holt hitting at .291 with a home run, 9 runs batted in. The Rangers brought in Rodriguez on a minor league contract. Signed him to AAA Round Rock. He had signed a minor league deal with Atlanta, but was released on April 3rd after making 6 spring starts for the Atlanta Braves.
When you look at this pitching roster for Texas, it's not like almost everybody has been at Round Rock this year. And eventually called up to the Texas Rangers.
Yep. Brock Holt in the lineup tonight. Pablo Sandoval, as I mentioned, out of the lineup tonight. Be expected back tomorrow.
Red Sox open up a 3-game series against the Los Angeles Angels.
3-1 pitch. On the ground right side. Rosales, little stumble, but he's able to retire Brock Holt. A 1-2-3 second through 2. Rangers have a 2-0 lead. Savings and pickup Nexium 24-hour at your local Stop and Shop. On to the top of the third inning with Texas on top 2-0. And it's the top of the Rangers order. Shin-Soo Choo lead it off. A single to right field. Got it started in the first inning. He would come around to score the Rangers' first run. They gathered a pair off Buchholz in the first. 1 earned, 1 unearned. Boston-based daily fantasy company DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of your Boston Red Sox, is giving out $300 million in cash prizes. Enter promo code NESSON to play for free. 2-0 pitch. Rounded foul, 2-1. Center fielder Mookie Betts over towards right center. Good size gap out there for Choo as they play for him to pull. On the ground down the first baseline, and a fair ball bobbled by Napoli. It's time to recover, and Buchholz was there waiting patiently, and they get Choo at first base for the first out of the inning.
And it looked like a little panic started to set in with Napoli once that ball bounced out of his glove, but fortunately for him, it just kind of rolled just a bit to his left. There he plays the hop and right off the glove and into his chest. And, of course, Buchholz doing his job by covering first base, and they're still able to get the out. Such a relief when you bobble the ball as an infield and you look down and it's right there where you can pick it up and still get it out.
6 in a row retired now by Clay Buchholz, starting to settle into his outing here. As 1 out in the third, Delano DeShields with a bunt single his first time up. Also came around to score the second Texas run.
He actually made 2 good base running plays last time up. He tagged up and went first to second on a long fly ball by Prince Fielder to get himself in a scoring position. And then, of course, ended up scoring on the ball that was dropped by Xander Bogaerts at second base. So it was a good base running by DeShields. Here's the play that he scored on, the play at second base where Xander just did not make the catch, or made the catch but couldn't hold on to the baseball. And you can see DeShields coming around third base and just continues on to score and give the Texas Rangers a 2-0 lead.
count now to DeShields. Talked about a lot in the series. Of course, his dad, Delino DeShields, a 13-year Major League career. Payoff pitch. And that's in the dirt, ball 4. That's the second walk given up by Clay Buchholz. Tonight's suits are designed by Joseph Abood, custom made in the USA from fine Italian fabrics, now available at Men's Warehouse.
Here's a tough situation for a base runner because DeShields has 11 steals on the season, only caught one time, but you're on first base in front of fielder, and you like to leave fielder that hole between first and second, so it really is a gamble sometimes when you take off and go.
Throw over and diving back. Nice pick there by Napoli at first base.
Again, you'll see most base stealers diving back to the outside, the outfield side of that first base bag to make that tag a little bit longer.
Another throw over, a little closer that time.
A little quicker move that time by Buchholz. Got a quick feed here for Buchholz on that spin to first base. Actually, you can't spin the first base. You're supposed to step and throw, but a lot of guys get away with a little spin.
I would say that was a spin.
Another spin. Had to call a balk.
40th pitch for Buchholz, going to miss. Dealing here with Prince Fielder. Hit one to the warning track in the first inning. Flying out to Daniel Nava. He was retired, but it was hit so deeply that two base runners could tag up and advance. Chu and DeShields in the first inning. That set up a couple runs. Another check and diving back. Back, a ball and a strike now to Prince Fielder.
That was a home run swing right there by Prince Fielder. He let everything loose on that cut fastball. That was up in the zone.
Fielder now 30 years of age. Windermere, Florida, his hometown. Broke into the big leagues with the Brewers in 2005, where he spent the bulk of his major league career. 2 years in Detroit, now his second year at Texas. Snap throw down to first, and it's not going to be in time. DeShields able to get back. We've seen Leon not afraid to throw it around.
Yeah, that's a good time to do it, too. Left-handed hitter at the plate that kind of blocks that runner at first base. And you can't lag around on your secondary lead when you get a lefty up there, because if you get a catcher like Leon who likes to throw the ball around, they're going to try to pick you off.
Buchholz again going over to first base. Clay will do that a lot. How would you rate Clay coming to the plate as far as getting a jump on him? Can you?
Yeah, I think he's pretty good to get a jump on. That's one of the reasons you see him throwing to first base a lot.
Framed in a close pitch. Buchholz certainly wanted it.
Yeah, he had part of the corner on that. That's why he wanted it. Made the fastball he wanted to in. They wanted to go inside with it. They did. Looks like he got the corner, but no call.
Fielder now, Beltre next, with one out here in the third inning. Fielder fouls it off down the left field line, out of play. Prince Fielder with a 50 home run season back in 2007 for the Milwaukee Brewers. And 119 RBIs that year. It's not the most it's ever had in a season. The most was 141 RBIs in a 46 home run year in 2009 with the Milwaukee Brewers. Jumping back out of the way of a pitch, straightens him up.
Quite certain Shields will be off now at first base on the 3-2 count as Fielder makes his way back to the batter's box.
And only 42 games last year. On the DL on May the 22nd for the remainder of the year. Herniated disc and had disc surgery in his neck. But he's come back pretty big this year so far, 348. The average coming in. Runner goes and a ground ball right to the bag at second. One out there, another out at first base. A double play As Bogaerts is going to cover the bag there with the Shields running. He runs right into a double play. Bottom of the third inning back at Fenway Park as Wandy Rodriguez has retired the first 6 Red Sox that he has faced, 5 on ground ball outs. And here is Xander Bogaerts to get it started in the third.
Let's Bogaerts try to hold his position for as long as he can. He knows the guy's running on a 3-2 count. You got to try to hold your position so you don't give up too much room to the hitter. But the ground ball took him right to the bag, and he's able to make the double play with no problem.
That's Bogaerts, Nava, and Leon to bat here in the bottom of the third inning. Time called as Bogaerts had something in his eye. Only 1 strikeout, last 41 at-bats for Bogaerts, third lowest in Major League Baseball in the last 2 weeks. Curveball that time snapped off in there for a strike. We're talking about Carlos Corporan catching all 5 starts so far for Wandy Rodriguez. Well, he was his catcher in Houston as well. So the two have worked well here together so far for the Rangers. And on the other side, something John Farrell said that he would rather have stayed away from. Right now, Sandy Leon, the personal catcher for Clay Buchholz. As long as Buchholz continues to do what he is doing with Leon catching, I don't think he's going to break up that tandem anytime soon.
That's interesting. You know, a guy who's a backup catcher, as Leon is, and all of a sudden you get a chance to catch a guy like Buchholz. And Buchholz has a good game. That turn comes around again. Leon's in the lineup. They have a good game. All of a sudden you become a personal catcher.
This is driven back off the glove of Rodriguez, slowed down, and Bogaerts will reach a base hit. First base runner of the night for Boston.
Well, we've mentioned many, many times that, you know, any ground ball back to the pitcher, if it's up high, they get a chance. If it's down low, it's really a difficult play for any pitcher to make. And that ball stays low, even though it gets part of the glove of Rodriguez. It's just very difficult coming off that mound to catch batted balls that are low to the ground.
So first hit of the night for the Red Sox as Xander Bogaerts aboard to begin things here in the third inning. And now Daniel Nava.
I notice Nava's hitting from the right side. I think this is a surprise to a lot of people because even in the pregame press conference, John Farrell was asked about Nava hitting lefty against lefty. He said he had no problem with it because he did it well in spring training, but Nava switches around and hit right-handed.
He will take the strike and is quickly down here, 0-2. 17th start of the year now for Nava. Sending Coach Shelley Davis looking on from the Red Sox dugout. In the dirt, gathered by Corporan. No advance at first base for Bogaerts. Sandy Leon, the Red Sox catcher, number 9 man waiting on deck. Nobody out here in the last of the third inning. Rangers getting 2 runs in the first. And a swing and a miss, and Nava with a tough at bat there from the right side. First strikeout for Wandy Rodriguez as we check in with Gary Streisky.
Guys, I thought it was interesting that Sandy Leon has pretty much just caught Clay Buchholz, so I pretty much asked him about that. Have you been designated his personal catcher, just like you guys were saying? He hasn't. It's just the way it's fallen, but you can't mess with something that's not broke, right? You don't fix it. The one thing, though, that Sandy was telling me that he thinks things are going well because over the course of the last couple games, Clay has been waving him off less, so they seem to be on the same page. He stressed to me, though, that what he's learned from Clay, the most important thing, and really it's a general rule for catchers and pitchers really early on in the game, is to mix things up because sometimes Clay would rely too much on his changeup or too much on his fastball, so he makes sure he incorporates that curveball, incorporates that cutter, and I think we saw that in the second inning. He had his most efficient inning thus far, just 10 pitches, guys.
Well, now we'll see Sandy Leon bat here with 1 out and 1 on. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, Gary Streisky from Fenway Park. It is Game 3 of a 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Rangers. Series up for grabs here. Both teams with a win in the first 2 games of the series.
So, Doc, just to add to what Gary was saying about mixing up your pitches, well, you know, that's in a perfect world. a lot of times pitchers go out there and they don't have 4 pitches working for them or 3 pitches working, and that's where the catcher and pitcher really have to come together and decide what is working tonight. And how can we get away in this ball game when you only got 2 pitches working?
I heard a lot about Clay Buchholz having conviction of the pitches that he throws. There's been a lot of talk about that over the years. This is laced foul. And you wonder if he has sort of reached the point of his career where he is depending more on himself to call the game rather than the catcher.
I think so. And you know, I think every pitch is like that. I mean, you see pitchers shaking off catches all the time. I mean, they know what they feel. And that could change from start to start. I mean, there's some games you go out there, you just don't have a certain pitch, and you've got to go to others.
2-1 is in there for a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Top of the Red Sox order, Mookie Betts waiting on deck. Red Sox have their first base runner of the night. Leadoff single by Xander Bogaerts at first base with 1 down. And Leon not chasing that, up and away.
Tell you one thing, if you're a Red Sox hitter, you know if the pitcher Rodriguez wants to go to when he wants it out is the curveball. He's done it so far in every inning of this ballgame.
Leon, a .231 hitter against lefties in his career. And a chopper is short. Elvis Andrus will go to second for 1, on to first for 2. Double play that goes 6-4 to 3 and ends the 3rd inning. We're headed for the 4th, 2-0 / Small Biz. 2-0 Texas on top of Boston. As we head to the 4th inning, 47 pitches now for Clay Buchholz. Working to Adrian Beltre, leading it off. He walked Beltre back in the 1st inning. One of 2 base on balls allowed by Buchholz.
Red Sox have been trying that with Beltre in this series when they get ahead of him, trying to go up in the zone with the fastball.
And it has worked a few times. Chasing one last night up by the bill of the helmet.
This will be a changeup.
And in the dirt for ball 2, 2-2. I'm talking earlier about his 1 year of the Red Sox and what a year it was. Hit .321 in 2010, and his only year of the Red Sox, 28 home runs, 102 runs batted in.
Back-to-back changeups.
And a foul off to the right out of play. But check out the new family 4-packs for Red Sox games June 1st through June 3rd. As part of this special offer, you get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for just $75. Visit redsox.com/family 4-packs to buy your tickets today. 2-2 pitch. Look out. In on the hands and some dancing feet there by Beltre. Beltre has been a member of the Rangers now since 2011. Last year, finished the year hitting at .324 in 148 games for Texas at 569 at-bats. Grounder back to Buchholz. Nicely picks it and flips underhanded for the out. Nice play by Clay Buchholz.
We were just talking about that, Don, how, the balls that are low to the ground are very difficult to feel. At least you get a chance on something high. This ball hit hard, though, back to Buchholz, and he fortunately gets that glove up there in time. Kind of in a protective mode right there. That ball might have hit him in the head.
One down for Mitch Moreland. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Curveball in there for a strike. Fly ball out to left field and deep. Hanley Ramirez going back, looking up, and that is gone into the monster seats. Mitch Moreland hits his 3rd home run of the year, and this gives the Texas Rangers a 3-0 lead.
Well, Marlin going to the opposite field. There's a cut fastball that really didn't cut very much. It stayed straight. And Marlin going to the opposite field for the home run. You could see the spin on a super slow camera there. There was supposed to be a cutter, but it just didn't cut.
5th home run allowed by Clay Buchholz on the year. Elvis Andrus now the batter. Curveball snapped off there, and it's 1-1. It seemed to me, Jerry, last time out in his big 11 strikeout game, there were fewer cutters than we've seen in a while for Buchholz in that last start. I know you didn't see it.
I did not see it, Don. I was getting blood taken.
1-1 will go to the backstop.
Eleven strikeouts last time out. That's a fastball. The first one was a changeup.
You were seeing imaginary pictures.
Am I seeing things?
Yes.
I am?
No.
Oh, this is not, this is not a good sign.
No, they had the wrong thing in your monitor.
Oh,
You were looking at something that people at home couldn't see.
Oh, really?
Yes, but you were announcing it very well, I thought. Did a good job of what you were seeing. It just wasn't what's going on over the air. Look what I found.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, great. Put it up. Yeah, that's terrific.
2-2 pitch to Andrus.
So I'm seeing things now.
No. It was actually there. It's just they were showing you what was known in the business as ISO.
Yeah, there's a thing that my monitor here, they show me things between innings that or during the game, as you can see.
Yep.
And I was looking at that, and I thought I was seeing a bunch of strikeouts.
Right. You were. There is a strikeout of Elvis Andrus, and that is the second strikeout for Clay Buchholz. No, you were seeing it. I mean, wasn't imagining things.
Yeah, and I was talking about it, too.
We were talking about it, but it just nobody else saw it but you.
No, and I said, Remy, he's going crazy.
He reeled it in quickly. 2 down, bases empty now. Leonis Martin, the batter. Three runs on 3 hits now for the Rangers. No errors. No runs are hit and an error for the Red Sox. Not been able to do anything so far with Wandy Rodriguez. Only 1 hit. Mitch Moreland with an opposite field home run in this inning. His 3rd home run of the year. And a swing and a miss from Martin. Fouls it off himself and stays alive. Over the last 7 games, Red Sox pitchers have held opponents to 2 runs or less 5 times, leading the majors with a 2.04 earned run average. Well, tonight, Rangers have 3 runs here, and they're batting with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Popped up, foul ground. Brock Holt racing over, and he'll have a play. Makes it for out number 3. But a home run for Mitch Moreland has put the Rangers on top 3-0. Sox into the bottom of the 4th inning. And Mookie Betts ground out to shortstop in the 1st inning. Wandy Rodriguez, so far so good. Ground ball outs. He has got a total of 7 in this game through the first 3 innings. Leaping at third, off-balance throw, Adrian Beltre, but he pulls him off the bag. Mitch Moreland could not keep the foot on the bag, and that's going to be a base hit for Mookie Betts.
Now, there's where speed intimidates, and I'm talking about the speed of Mookie Betts because Adrian Beltre, with most hitters, would plant himself here. Instead, he fires as he's going toward the dugout because he knows Betts has great speed. Now, if you got a guy that doesn't run as well, he could have planted, throw, and probably get the out at first base. Instead, he rushes it, and the throw goes wild.
Second hit of the night for Boston. Both have been of the infield variety. And here is Dustin Pedroia.
Cross up that time by Rodriguez. Corcoran will go out to talk to him about it. Very unusual to see a cross up with nobody at second base. I tell jokes after the game.
Now Pedroia grounding out to Adrian Beltre in the first inning. Picks up the outside corner. Same spot, same result, another strike.
Everything away from Pedroia so far. All 3 pitches on the outside part of the plate, or close to it.
Wandy Rodriguez just reaching 50 pitches in this outing. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Talk about the problems the Red Sox have had against lefties. And the Red Sox see 3 lefty starters over the next 4 games. And that includes Wandy Rodriguez tonight. More lefties over the weekend. C.J. Wilson, Hector Santiago coming in here with the Los Angeles Angels. Up and away, and Corporon leaping to grab that.
Nice play by Corporon as his fastball just gets away. They wanted it up and in. Instead, it's up and away, and Corporon makes a nice play, keeping Betts at first base. Mookie's got a big lead over there, doesn't he?
It's huge.
See him take a peek in? That's to see if to look at the signs.
Line to left field. That's going to get in. Delano to Shields over to cut it off as Mookie Betts heads for third. He'll be stopped there. It's a double for Pedroia, and it's second and third with nobody out of the Boston 4th inning.
Now I'm going to take issue with the spray chart because that is not the first hit that Pedroia has had to left field against a left-hander. Now, if you remember on opening day, he hit 2 home runs against Cole Hamels to left field.
Yes.
So take that spray chart and adjust it.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I like my job.
Adjust it is much, much better.
I like my job.
Make the adjustment. This is on the ground. Right side shift is on. Rosales will go to first. In from third is Mookie Betts, and the Red Sox are on the board. So Ortiz rounding into the shift picks up an RBI. Taking third is Pedroia. And it's time now to check out the results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. This doesn't look like the results to me. The question tonight is, should Major League Baseball outlaw the shift? Text 1 for yes, text 2 for no.
I'm voting text 2. I'm probably going to get beat on this, but I'm voting text 2. You can play anywhere in fair territory.
Right, I mean, you don't have a problem with all 9 guys coming over to one side?
No, like that's what they want to do. I'll hit the ball to the other side.
Right. Well, I bet you David Ortiz would be voting for this.
No,
yes,
he would
be outlawed.
He would vote no. Yes, that's for sure.
No doubt about that. Hanley Ramirez flied out of center field in the second inning. At the bottom of the zone, called a strike, 1-1.
I think Ramirez is going to hit a home run tonight. Just have that feeling.
That's a nice key matchup brought to you by Honda. Start something special with a great deal on a Honda. Here against Wandy Rodriguez. And a little dribble in front of the plate. Rodriguez going to go home, glove to glove, and the tag applied. Pedroia is out at the plate. Corporon able to apply the tag. Rodriguez didn't even go to the bare hand, just went glove to glove.
Now that's a very difficult play for a runner at third base because, the ball is rolled out in front of home plate, so you immediately think that you can beat the pitcher, but the pitcher makes a nice play here. Right out of the glove, the shuffle, and Pedroia goes into the dive, not even close to home plate. The third base coach will tell you in that situation, you go on anything except the ball back to the pitcher, but when you see it dribbled like that in front of home plate, most of the time, 90% the base runner will go.
So 2 down, Hanley Ramirez at first base on the fielder's choice. Like Napoli's second AB of the night. Grounded out to shortstop in the second inning. Oh, and 2 strikes now to Napoli. Red Sox get their first run of the night here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brock Holt waiting on deck. And a swing and a miss. Napoli strikes out, and again it's a curveball for Wandy Rodriguez. Red Sox get a run, trail 3-1. The booth. It looks like we found somebody, and we are going to get a chance to meet them during the next commercial break. So stay tuned to find out whose tonight's visit booth winner will be after the break.
That's 2 very large heads.
I got you on another monitor.
What's going on today?
The 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Somebody wants you to have ISO in your monitor, a different thing than what they're seeing at home, just to play with you.
It's not going well.
The 0-2 pitch is on the ground down the third baseline. Holt's got it. It's a fair ball. Long throw, and it's off the mark. That play to come off the bag to retrieve that. And Rosales, who does have good speed, is aboard.
Yeah, again, speed playing a factor because, the backhanded play here by Holt, he does make a crow hop step to first base, but makes the throw a little bit wide. And I'm not so sure that throw would have got him at first base, even had it been a good one. The interesting scoring decision right here.
They have charged him with an error. So lead runner on here for the Rangers in the 5th inning after the Red Sox just scored in the bottom of the 4th. Carlos Corporon, the catcher, number 9 man. Center fielder Mookie Betts over towards right center for Corporon to pull. On the first and back to the bag, losing his helmet, is Rosales.
I mentioned yesterday that this Texas ball club, 3rd in the American League in stolen bases. You see 2 for 2 for Rosales.
LeBron bunting after it and fouling it at the plate.
I don't know if he was bunting for a base hit or sacrificing. The sacrifice, to me, wouldn't make much sense when the count was 1-0. Might have been dropping that down on his own, trying to drop it down that third baseline because he's got Holt pulled over quite a bit.
Throw over again and diving back safely, Rosales. In the air to shallow left. Out goes Bogarts. In comes Hanley Ramirez, and it'll be Ramirez. 1 out of the inning as we check in with Gary.
Guys, before Mike Napoli was the father of the facial follicle, there was this guy, El Tiante, Louis Tiant, being immortalized tonight in bobblehead fashion as the Red Sox honor that 1975 team. He, the central focus of our Coors Cold Hard Facts. 122 wins in his career, 3-time All-Star, 4-time 20-game winner, 229 career wins with an ERA just north of 3. If you're missing this on the full page, it's fine because every person that got a bobblehead here tonight, all of those facts on the actual box. The mustache is doing work tonight, fellas. This looks great. I really think the only thing that can make this bobblehead even better is if they added a desk. I think you guys probably would agree, right?
I would agree. The bobble desk.
Hey, can we please go back to that graphic one more time? Is that possible? I want to show you something that's absolutely incredible on that graphic.
You don't have to wait till after the pitch, I'm told.
I'm sure you picked it up too, Don.
Runner goes. The pitch is going to miss. Now he stops. Rosales did not get the jump he liked, so he stopped.
Let's look at that graphic for Louis T. Look at the 1974 season. 25 complete games.
And that's in 38 overall starts.
That's unbelievable.
Yep.
That shows you how much the game has changed over the years. 25 complete games in 1974 for
The
Tianti.
year before that, 23.
163 pitch game 1. That was pretty incredible, too, on the box.
Rosales gaining his lead again at first base, held on by Napoli. Another check, and back to the bag again is Rosales.
So, getting back to that complete game thing, I'd rather see it like that because at least as a hitter, you got to see a pitcher maybe 4 times instead of just a couple or 3, and then you see these guys coming in through a 95 out of the bullpen. You know, I'd rather face a guy that's getting a little bit tired. But in those days, I mean, those guys just went 9 innings. That was it. They didn't want to come out of the game.
Louis Tiant total, 187 complete games. That's a lot of complete games. What was it like playing behind Louis?
It was fun, you know, because I don't know what he carried on himself, but whether it was his keys or change or whatever he had.
His uniform?
Yeah, because when he'd do that spin move, you could hear some jiggling going on, you know. I always wondered what he carried on him.
In the air foul down the left field line, out of play.
Louis with all that head action and turning his back to the hitter and fooling a lot of guys on his breaking ball. Dave Concepcion right there grounding out to third base.
His complete game 1 of the World Series in 1975.
Cecil Cooper, the first baseman.
Two is line foul. I got a comparison for you, Jerry. Last year in Major League Baseball, the leader in complete games, Clayton Kershaw. How many he had?
I'm going to take a guess, just a wild guess because I have no idea, and I'm going to say 9.
6.
6.
Led the majors last year.
Just goes to show how much the game has changed. And I'm not saying, you know, it's worse or it's better. It's just the way it is. I mean, see, you couldn't pull those guys out of a game. You know, it was their game. They wanted to finish it.
Now you have so many specialty guys out of the bullpen.
Yeah, which I would find very difficult.
2-2 missing inside.
You get late in the game now, and if you're a left-handed hitter and the game's on the line, you're pretty sure you're going to see a lefty come in from the bullpen. Where, you know, back then, the starting pitcher said, I'm not coming out of the game. I'm going 9 innings. So you'd see him again, and it's probably the 3rd or 4th time you saw him in that ball game.
Well, now really you're looking for 6 good innings from your starting pitcher. You're not looking for 9 good innings. You're looking for 6 good innings.
Yeah.
And then you have your 7th inning guy, generally 8th inning guy for sure, to get to your closer. Runner going, not very well, and he is out. Almost looks like he's going to try and stop again. It is a strike him out, throw him out, double play in the end of the inning. It's Brock Holt. We'll see Xander Bogaerts, Daniel Nava to follow. And a pitch in there for strike 1. Brock Holt grounded out to Adam Rosales at second base in the 2nd inning. Not sure what happened to Dan last inning. I don't know if that was a botched hit and run or he decided to stop in the middle or what, but he was out by a lot.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, you feel at first base where you don't get a good jump and you just stop. You know, and it's a good thing because some guys can't do that. I couldn't do it. I just would keep going. I'd be out by 10 feet.
That's what happened to Rosales. 2-2 pitches, strike 3. Holt does not like it as he takes with him the 3rd strikeout for Wandy Rodriguez of the night.
And back in the 5th inning, they see the start and stop right there. And, you know, it looked like maybe it was supposed to be a hit and run because he looked back at the hitter like he was going to swing, but he didn't see the swing. Then he went back to first base. Then he looks again, and I don't know. To me, you got to be running harder than that, right?
Yeah, it was like he was running in slow motion.
Yeah.
His legs were moving, but nothing was happening.
No, it was... it's like me trying to run right now.
1-0 to Xander Bogaerts. In there for a strike. Xander with the infield hit in the third inning. Red Sox have 3 hits in the game. That equals the total of the Texas Rangers. And they are trailing by 2 runs. Surrounds the plate and is called a strike over the outside corner. Bogaerts wasn't so sure. 2-2. Ball 4 and down to first base goes Xander Bogaerts. A 1-out walk, and the first walk given up tonight by Wandy Rodriguez. Now, for every Red Sox hit in May, Echo Store Technologies will donate $50 to the Greg Hill Foundation. Echo Store and the Greg Hill Foundation responding immediately to improve the lives of local families touched by tragedy. To learn more, visit echostore.com. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. 1 out, 1 on, and Daniel Nava coming up. A strikeout victim in the third. 3 strikeouts in the game from Wandy Rodriguez. Base runner here for the Red Sox in the 5th inning. Nava taking a strike. And it's 2 balls and a strike to Daniel Nava. Again, batting from the right side here.
2-1. You're looking for a hit and run count. That's the sign you're looking for. So you never should miss it, but I doubt they hit and run here with 2 runs down. Yeah, like I said.
Hit and run, and it'll hit the runner. I think. It looked like it changed direction. Apparently not. Gets into right field. I thought that hit the runner in Bogaerts.
I thought it did too.
And the pitcher is arguing that right now. The umpire didn't make the call, Machlinsky. And Rosales heading over to say something. It did change direction. I don't know if it hit something. I thought it hit the runner.
I agree with you, Don. I thought it did too.
They're going to get together here and maybe make a change without even reviewing this.
Let's take a look at this last bounce, and it looked like it changed directions. To me, on the initial take.
The cleat, I think.
Yeah, I think it did get a piece of Xander Bogaerts, and that would mean that he would be out. Yeah, it did.
So Bogaerts is out, and a base hit at first base for Nava.
I'm going to tell you an interesting ruling in the rule book, and it's never called.
I know exactly what you're going to say, and it is true.
If there's a ball hit and it hits a base runner, and no other infielder has a chance to make a play on it, the ball is in play.
Right.
Now, you can't tell me that Rosales had a chance to make a play on it. He didn't. No. He was going to second, but they never call it.
Yeah, that is one of the stranger rules in the rule book that you never see called.
You know where it happens a lot? At first base.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first baseman is in front of the runner, and it's already by him, and then it hits the runner, and nobody else has a chance to make the play on it. But they are going to call it. They are going to call him out, and you can argue the point, but you're not going to get the call.
So 2 down, runner at first base. Bogaerts didn't even to appear really to know that it did make contact with him. He's still very surprised, but apparently got him on the foot, the cleat, unbeknownst to Bogaerts, and the put out goes to Rosales.
Now, the reason I said I did not expect a hit and run in that situation, and I was wrong, because usually when you're 2 runs down, you don't see it. But, of course, when the Red Sox are struggling like they are to score runs, you see anything to try to create some offense. But most of the time, when you're a couple of runs, 3 runs, 4 runs down, you don't see that play. And it would have been successful had it not hit Bogaerts.
Hey, you'd be looking at a 1st and 3rd scenario with 1 out. Instead, a runner at first, 2 down. And a foul pop up off to the right out of play. And a broken bat for Sandy Leon. Leon grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the third inning. Outside for ball 2. A lot of curveballs tonight from Wandy Rodriguez. Sprayed foul off to the right, 2-2. Tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Jim Rice, and Steve Lyons will be joined by Red Sox chairman Tom Werner. 2-2 to Leon, and time called. Wandy Rodriguez stepping off. Swing and a miss. Gets away briefly from Corporon, who applies the tag. It's strikeout number 4 for Rodriguez. It's 3-1 Texas through 5. Well, we play along here to the top of the 6th inning. 3-1 Texas on top. This one has popped up foul off to the right, out of play. Lino DeShields with a bunt single in the first, a walk in the third. And at the lip of the grass at third, Brock Holt. Now the pitching line for Clay Buchholz brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5+, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. 2 walks and 3 Ks. Gave up a solo home run to Mitch Moreland in the 4th inning. Gave up 2 first inning runs pretty quickly. Out of the gate, first 2 reach, both scored in the first. Here he is in the 6th inning with an 0-2. On the ground is short, Xander Bogaerts. On the run, and just in time to get the speedy DeShields. Relatively close play there. Good stretch by Mike Napoli at first base as well.
Yeah, well played by Bogaerts, too, at shortstop, because you got to time your charge, because you want to make sure you get a pretty good hop. And he gets that short hop into the glove, which is a good hop to make a play on. And then you mentioned that's the stretch at first base by Napoli to complete the play. Able to keep contact with the first base bag.
One down for Prince Fielder. 0-for-2 showing so far tonight. Fly ball down the left field line will make its way foul. Holt going as far as he could. Well, it's time now to check out the results of our... It's still the question. You text your NESN vote, 536-536. I really want to give the results, Jerry. This is the 3rd time I've had this in my hand.
Yeah, so the Gremlins are out
At
tonight.
some point, we're going to check out the results. But it's not now. You still have a chance to vote. Text 1 for yes, text 2 for no.
Voting begins now.
Some fouled off to the left, out of play.
Show's getting like The Voice, you know? I mean,
Yes.
you can now officially text. We want results.
And what were you going to do with the spray chart earlier? 1 out in the 6th. Fielder 0-for-2 in the game. He is flied out to the warning track, deeply in right, and rounded into a double play. Slap foul, still 0-2. What is he saying here? Fielder was fired up. I'm not sure what was going on there.
I know one thing, the pitch was about eye high.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how he made contact on it.
I don't think he knew where that ball was going. What is he doing? Where is he going? Swing and a miss. We know where he's going now. It's to the dugout. He strikes out. That's 4 strikeouts for Clay Buchholz. 2 down.
Nice job by Buchholz. The high fastball that Fielder swings at and fouls off. He had no idea where it was, and he comes back with that changeup. And you see the little movement at the changeup right toward the end. No contact by Fielder.
2 down here in the 6th inning. Adrian Beltre has walked and grounded back to the mound.
He probably did. He probably hit the foul ball and thought it was going in that direction, but then looked up and couldn't find it.
Right.
And said, I better run.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it is.
I have no idea where the ball is. I think he knows he goes up to left field, but then he can't find the ball. He said,
Somebody tell me where it went.
what am I supposed to do now?
90th pitch coming up here for Clay Buchholz. And a swing and a miss. 92 and biting in. It's not been a huge strikeout night for Buchholz. 4 in the game, coming off an 11K game. Last time out against Seattle on the 15th of May. Broken back grounder to first base. Napoli was playing in that direction. Buchholz will cover for the out. And Clay enjoys a 1-2-3 6th inning to 5.5, 3-1 Rangers.
The trip around the ballpark, so that's always a good sign.
On the ground is short. Elvis Andrus to his left. And it is out number 1. Mookie Betts retired here in the 6th inning. Want to keep up with what's happening elsewhere in the world of sports? Check out the DVR report on NESN's YouTube channel. Get recommendations on what to record while watching the Red Sox game. Visit youtube.com/NESN for more. Yes, now we had the fatheads before, but these are alarmingly large, these fatheads. And the ones who are making their way around Fenway Park here tonight are...
I saw those in the booth, and I had no idea what they were for. And I said, who in the world would send these things to the booth? And it happens to be NESN itself. And I mean, they are incredibly large.
Yes. Their heads are fat enough in person. Unless...
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
One out here in the 6th inning. I mean, you could scare children with this... Look at that thing. Ah! Oh, my God. It's enormous. I mean, that is not even close.
Now, if you notice, that was not Jerry Remy. That's Jimmy.
That's your brother Jimmy. Look at that.
That's what I had. That dyed hair, dyed mustache. And
yes.
That's pretty nasty. But, yeah, and those made it around the ballpark without getting damaged.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
Wow. Really big. This one is fouled off down the right field line on a play. I mean, those things stand out.
I thought they'd come back with mustard all over them and hot dogs and ketchup. So if you see those things around the ballpark.
Ground ball up the middle. Andrus, nice play, and they got him. Fantastic play by Elvis Andrus.
Now, those are the kind of things that happen when you're not swinging the bat and you're not scoring runs. You have great defensive plays made behind you. This is an incredible play here by Andrus. Shows range, shows agility spinning around, and a strong throwing arm to get the out. Tremendous play.
Only the Oakland A's have more errors than the Texas Rangers.
You know, and you never know it by watching this series.
No.
They played good defense in this series.
Great defense in this series. Leonis Martin with a couple of great catches in last night's game. Swing and a miss for David Ortiz with 2 outs here in the 6th.
But if you're at Fenway Park and you see those heads going around the ballpark, you know you have a chance to come up to the booth and say hello. So that's a good thing, I guess.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah, if you like that kind of thing.
Outside to Ortiz, a ball and a strike. Neither pen has been active yet in this game. Wandy Rodriguez working with 2 outs in the 6th. He's got Ortiz twice to ground into the shift. Strike call.
That's an excellent location by Rodriguez there, keeping that breaking ball down and away from David Ortiz. He's looking for that breaking ball middle in. Instead, perfect spot.
Now David chops one up the middle to the backhand. It goes Andrus, the shortstop in the shift. Throws out Big Papi. Red Sox down in order. We're through 6. It is 3-1 Texas. The top of the 7th inning, and the Red Sox trailing by 2. Mitch Moreland, who homered his last time up in the 4th inning, leads it off. Line foul.
See, that's really where last time up they wanted to go against Moreland. They wanted to cut fastball inside. Watch Leon set up inside and watch the location of the pitch. He wants to cut fastball inside. Instead, it stays away, and Moreland takes it to the opposite field for the home run.
And for Moreland, his third home run of the year. On the ground up the middle and into center field by the dive of Pedroia. And Moreland with his second hit of the night. It's time for a game break brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Karen. All right, Tom, thanks very much. Back here at Fenway Park, 3-1. Rangers on top of the Red Sox. Lead runner on for Texas in the 7th. Red Sox have action in the pen for the first time tonight. Alexi Ogando. Elvis Andrus, the batter, 0 for 2 in the game. He has popped out at second base, struck out swinging. John Farrell onto the phone here. And Levangie on the other side. 1-1. Thought about it, takes it, and it's called a ball.
If you're thinking about a hit and run, this would be a count that they could possibly do it in. 2 balls, 1 strike.
John Farrell has Tommy Lane now getting up. He's not yet thrown a pitch. Missing high, and it is now 3-1. Andrus now, Leonis Martin waiting on deck. Nobody out in the Texas 7th inning. Chop to third. Holt goes up to get it to second for 1, on to first for 2. Nicely done. Pedroia taken out there at second base. Moreland coming in hard, but they turn it.
Yeah, and you can be thankful if you're a second baseman to Brock Holt on that, because he got rid of the ball very quickly. Moreland was right on top of Pedroia. Now watch how quickly Holt gets rid of this baseball right there. Now watch Pedroia get the legs taken out. He's able to get the throw off, and then Moreland gets him low and upends him. But the key there is getting the ball quickly to Pedroia, let him get rid of it before he gets hit. And Buckholz loves the deuce.
Second double play turned by the Red Sox in this game. Leonis Martin with a pop-up foul ground. Holt and Bogaerts, and it'll be Bogaerts in behind Holt, who makes the catch and ends the inning. 7th inning stretch, 3-1 Texas. Andy Rodriguez back on the mound here for the bottom of the 7th inning, dealing with Hanley Ramirez, Mike Napoli, and Brock Holt. Pitching line for Wandy Rodriguez, brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 6+, 4 hits, 1 run. Walk and 4 strikeouts. His 95th pitch is outside. Only Ramirez has fly to center, reached on a fielder's choice. 0 for 2 in this game. Keone Kela up in the pen. Saw him in game 1 of the series. In the air, shallow right. Chu coming in for the first out of the 7th inning. Well, Monday, it's the season finale of the NESN Next Producer. 4 films remain in the hunt, but only one will earn the grand prize of $20,000. Can the finalists impress the celebrity judges with their revised work, or will they crack under the pressure? Find out on the season finale of NESN Next Producer, Monday at 6. 5 in a row, retired by Wandy Rodriguez. Mike Napoli, the batter. I have 12 ground ball outs for Wandy Rodriguez in this game.
Yeah, that's the result out of a lot of good curveballs.
Foul ball into the seats as Moreland gave chase.
You kind of noticed that trend starting early in the game. When he needed an out, he was going to his curveball, and when you have a good curveball and you're keeping it down on the zone, you're going to induce a lot of ground balls.
Up over his average, still shy of his high. 0-2. Outside to Napoli, 1-2. Napoli, who had been 4 for 8 in this series coming into tonight's game. So far, 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. And flares this one foul off to the right, out of play. Red Sox continue to have their troubles against left-handed pitching. And a swing and a miss. Napoli strikes out for the second time tonight. 5 Ks in the game for Wandy Rodriguez.
Hey, look at the strikeouts, too, for Rodriguez in this game. And according to my scorecard, 4 of the 5 have been on curveballs. There's the curveball again, keeping it away from Mike Napoli. Second time he has struck him out on the breaking ball.
This is the season pitch arsenal for him. And a lot of breaking balls, as you can see. I'm curious to see what tonight will look like. There's another curveball in there. I feel like it's more than that. And it is, they're saying 70% fastballs in this game tonight. What do you think about that, Jerry?
I have no comment.
I really feel like it was a lot more than that. Maybe I'm imagining.
Well, let's put it this way. A lot of the outs are coming on curveballs.
In there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Another curveball.
Now it's up to 31%.
Full count now. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Tommy Lane up by himself now. Gondo has sat down. Even 100 pitches for Clay Buchholz through 7 innings. Get immediate care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. BIDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Foul back, still a full count. Xander Bogaerts on deck with 2 away here in the 7th inning. Another curveball fouled off. Fouled off to the left end now. Brock will see a 10th pitch in this at bat. Ace Ticket, the official Red Sox ticket partner, has the best seats at the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway. All with a 200% guarantee. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games, including the Yankees. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Payoff pitch again in the 10th pitch of the at-bat. And it is low for ball 4. Down to first base goes Brock Holt. Only the second walk given up by Rodriguez, and here comes Jeff Bannister. So Xander Bogaerts coming up. And Wandy Rodriguez with a season high in pitches thrown. Kella has been up in the pen. Kella will be in this game and in the dugout for the Texas Rangers. Pitching very well here tonight against the Red Sox as Xander Bogaerts bats with a runner at first, 2 down. And he will take ball 1 at 95 miles an hour. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kia. Keone Kella into the game here. His 21st appearance, 3-1. 2.41 earned run average. 16 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opponents hitting at 274 against Kella. Xander fouls it off. Bogaerts been on twice tonight. Infield hit in the 3rd, a walk in the 5th inning. A 2-out walk, a lengthy at bat for Brock Holt. The end of the game for Wandy Rodriguez. Bogaerts to right field, and that's going to get in for a base hit. Holt stops at second as Chu gets it quickly, and the Red Sox have 2 on with 2 outs now in the 7th inning.
A nice inside-out swing there by Xander Bogaerts, and by that I mean watch his hands. His hands come inside the baseball to get the barrel of the bat on the baseball. Head down on it. Perfect swing by Bogaerts for an opposite field base hit. Second hit of the night for Xander.
Two down, 2-1, and Daniel Nava coming up. Struck out in the third, had an infield hit in the fifth. Swing and a miss for strike one. Keller has given up runs in 2 of his last 4 outings. Tied for second in the American League. Team high now 21 appearances. And with the right-hander is 0-1. In the air foul, and Nava's now down 0-2.
Last time up, Daniel Nava on a hit and run, hitting the ball to the right side of the infield, but it just catches the heel, it looked like right there, of Xander Bogaerts, and of course he was called out.
Oh-2 pitch. Nava strikes out. The Red Sox strand a pair. 7 innings complete from Fenway. 3-1 Texas. CVS Pharmacy, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 3-1 Texas on top of Boston. As we head into the 8th inning, and Clay Buchholz back on the mound again, and as he works, Tommy Lane in the pen. Rosales leading it off here for Texas in the 8th. And that'll bounce in. Up over 100 pitches for Clay Buchholz. They threw 102 in each of his last 2 outings, and here is 103. And it's a strike on the outside corner. Most he has thrown in any game this year, 107. Did that in a loss in 6 1/3 against Tampa Bay. Center fielder Mookie Betts over towards right center. Good gap out there in left center. On the ground up the middle and by the dive of Bogaerts into center field. Rosales is on for the second time tonight. First base hit he has in this game.
It's time now to check out the results of today's Dunkin' Donuts poll question. We asked, should Major League Baseball outlaw the shift? And here, Don, are your results after you read it 3 times. Yes, 30%. No, 70%.
So I got the wrong promo to read twice, and when it's time to actually read it, I don't even get to do it.
No.
What you tell me?
Well, I don't think they like the way you read the first couple.
I guess not.
But I'm glad to see 70% said no.
Yes. The results were good. Carlos Corporon showing bunt, dropping it down. Here comes Holt. Looked at second. No play there. Goes to first. In fact, nobody was there. Looked up at second base, and nobody covering, so it is the sacrifice for Corporon here in the 8th. And John Farrell making the change here. Tommy Lane ready to go in the pen. With a runner at second and 1 out, the pitching change from Fenway to second base. And into the game is Tommy Lane, 14th appearance, 0-1 with a 3.18 earned run average. 8 strikeouts to 5 walks, and opponents hitting at .225 against Lane. He had been warming up with Agondo earlier, and Agondo is back up. Shin-Soo Choo, the batter here, the top of the Texas Rangers batter. And as he singled in the first and has grounded out, struck out since. Little number, that's a fair ball. And a look at third, a tag here, and Choo is out. He's saying that it was a foul ball, but it came out right in front of the plate.
Yep, fair ball. You'll see right here, Choo make contact. You'll see the ball bounce and then go right into fair territory. Doesn't matter if it hits in foul first, it's where it ends up, and it ends up right in front of home plate. That's like rolling the ball down the third base line, foul, and it comes back fair.
If nothing else, he moved the runner along as Rosales gets over to third base now, 2 down in the inning. Delino DeShields, bunt single in the first, walked in the third, grounded out to short in the sixth, and was showing bunt.
And DeShields trying to drop one down that third baseline, and the ball too far inside.
Rounds it foul, evens it count at 1-1. Stanley, the official tools of the Boston Red Sox when you demand performance in action on the job site. Tommy Lane worked last night, 1/3 of an inning, giving him a hit and a walk. He's now had 10 appearances in the month of May with a 1.35 earned run average. There's 4 for 23 this month against him. Another bunt bid here by DeShields, and he fouls it off, 2-2.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea because he's got great speed, and with 2 outs like this, you know, he's trying to push this ball out towards second base, it looked like to me. The first one, I think he was trying to drop the third. This one looked like he was trying to push over to the right side. You could see him right there trying to push that ball towards second base. Not a bad idea.
Bouncing in, and it is blocked by Leon. Full count.
Yeah, Leon just saves a run right there. Rosales at third base, and Leon blocking that ball that was in the dirt. One bounce into his stomach.
Prince Fielder waiting on deck. 2 down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Payoff pitch. Low for ball 4, and down to first base goes DeShields. Well, after tonight's Red Sox game on NESN, Adam Pellerin and Garrett Austin have the latest on Tom Brady's appeal. And we go one-on-one with Celtics guard Avery Bradley. That's tonight on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. Well, Prince Fielder coming up here with 2 outs. Runners at first and third for the Rangers. They're trying to add on to a 2-run advantage here as it's getting late. Fielder takes a hack for strike 1. He is flied out to the warning track and right, bounced into a 6-3 double play and has struck out swinging. One hopper that is picked by Pedroia at second base. Fielder is out, and the Rangers' threat goes by the boards. 2 left on. It is 3-1 Texas. There's Pablo Sandoval. He's going to pitch it here for Sandy Leon. And his first at bat since being hit near the knee in game 1 of the series on Tuesday. He's expected back tomorrow. Well, he's expected back now. Pinch hitting for Leon, who had been 0 for 2, grounding into a double play and striking out. Kella back on the mound for Texas. And a foul evens the count at 1-1. Freeman hitting him on Tuesday with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. At the time, it appeared to be really bad. And while it was sore the next day, no fracture.
Yeah, I think the only thing that saves Sandoval in that situation is the fact that it got him a little bit off to the side. If that hits him square on the knee, that could have fractured.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. Running away at 95 miles an hour. The pen is busy for the Rangers. Neftali Feliz, Sam Freeman. Closer by committee right now for Texas. swing and a miss, and Sandoval strikes out for the first out of the 8th.
And basically just keeping that fastball away from Sandoval with success. That ball about 4 or 5 inches outside, but Sandoval chases it, trying to make contact, trying to foul it off. Strikes out.
So Keller's second strikeout since coming into the game, and here is Mookie Betts, 1 for 3 night, and a single in the 4th inning. Last night we saw Sean Tollison come into the game to get his first Major League save, first career save opportunity in his 123rd Major League relief appearance. As part of that closer by committee situation going on right now for the Rangers. Rangers headed to New York after this ball game tonight. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. 1 out in the 8th inning. Red Sox batting here, trailing by 2 runs. An 0-2 to Mookie Betts. And a fly ball to right field, sending Shin-Soo Choo back. And he'll have plenty of room. Makes the catch for the second out of the 8th. Let's take a look at what's ahead for the Red Sox. Tomorrow, starting pitchers Garrett Richards versus Rick Porcello. Porcello 3-0 with a 2.10 earned run average in his last 4 starts. Closer look brought to you by FW Web. Selection, expertise, solutions. More at FWWeb.com. Angels coming to town. They are second in the American League West, 5.5 back of the Astros to start the day. 2 games over 500 at 21-19. And they're losing tonight 8-2 to the Toronto Blue Jays in the 8th inning.
Now the Angels offensively are not doing very much so far this season. They're pitching very well.
Kellen jumping ahead of Pedroia, 0-2. And there is strike 3. Third strikeout for Keller. Red Sox down in order. Pedroia not buying it. 3-1 Texas. Pablo Sandoval in the bottom of the 8th. And the Red Sox with a new battery, trailing 3-1 to the Texas Rangers. Alexei Agondo, the former Texas Ranger, into the ballgame. 16th appearance, 1-0, 3.38 earned run average. 14 strikeouts, 5 walks. Opponents hitting at 190. Adrian Beltre, 0 for 2 with a walk in this game. Gondo last worked on the West Coast trip in Seattle on Sunday, going an inning and a third. Giving up a hit and a run. And he gets that one by Beltre. There's a ground ball to first base. Positioned perfectly was Napoli. A run to the bag for the out, and that's out number 1 of the 9th. Well, Sunday at an all-new NESN clubhouse, Hanley Ramirez teaches D'Angelo Ortiz about his hitting technique. Shane Victorino takes the hot seat for the first time on Red Sox Small Talk, and you get to stump your parents with some Fenway Park trivia. Catch NESN clubhouse Sunday at noon, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. 1 out in the 9th inning for Mitch Moreland. 2 hit night, 2 RBIs. One of those hits his 3rd home run of the year. Now a grounder back up the middle into center field and a base hit. 3rd hit of the night for the Rangers first baseman.
Big night, the home run to the opposite field, a base hit in the 7th. Now a base hit here in the 9th inning, picking on the first fastball from Agondo. Fastball right down the heart of the plate and right back up the middle goes Mitch Moreland.
The pinch runner coming in here for the Rangers. Tommy Field, who started at second base in the first 2 games of this series. Now runs for Mitch Moreland with 1 out here in the 9th. Elvis Andrus, 0 for 3. He's popped out, struck out, and last time out, grounded out into a 5-4-3 double play.
This has to be a strange feeling for Agondo pitching against his former ball club for the first time.
Bullpens are busy. As Tollefson, who got the save last night, looks like he may be coming in to try to get 2 saves in 2 nights. Robbie Ross in the Red Sox pen. Outside for ball 2.
Ken flashing signs down at third base. Certainly a hit and run count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out.
Andrus hits a fly ball to right field. In comes Nava. And he'll make the catch for the second out here of the 9th inning. Let's time out for tonight's T-Mobile game-changer performance, and it's Wandy Rodriguez. A lot of curveballs tonight, Jerry, for strike 3s.
Yeah, it surprised me, and it's to take nothing away from Wandy Rodriguez because he did have that curveball working in this ball game tonight, but it's a guy I thought the Red Sox might light up again tonight, and he just continued to throw strikes, throw those curveball for strikes, and got a lot of outs on him.
6 2/3, 4 hits, a run. He walked 2, struck out 5, a chance for his second win of the year. Red Sox continuing to be stymied by left-handed pitching. A 1-0. Down and in for ball 2. To left center field, and that's going to get in quickly by Hanley Ramirez. From first, Field's going to try to, now he's going to stop at third base. They hold him up as he got around third. It is a double for Leonis Martin, and Field now at third base, so it's second and third with 2 down. That time Hanley Ramirez was playing over towards the line and left.
He does that quite often. He plays fairly close to the left field line, more so than a lot of left fielders, as you can see right there, and that ball finds the gap. Gets by him. He does the rest of the work by getting it in and getting to the cutoff man, and that's going to hold that runner at third base.
John Farrell back to the phone again. He's had Robbie Ross warming in the pen. Second and third, 2 down. Adam Rosales, the batter, and he'll take ball 1. Feliz now warming up alongside Tollefson.
I wonder, Don, if Feliz is warming up in case there's a base hit here that makes it a 5-1 game. If they would go to him, if it's 3-1, they may stay with Tollefson.
A little bit lower, 2-1. Alexi Agondo breaking into the big leagues with the Texas Rangers back in 2010. Ranger through last year. Rounder back to Agondo. He will run a bit, flip underhanded for the out. That ends the inning. So the Rangers leave him at second and third. It's on to the bottom of the 9th. Tollefson coming as David Ortiz leads it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And he will take strike 1 from the new pitcher, Sean Tollefson, trying to make it 2 saves in 2 nights. Picked up his first Major League save in last night's game. First career save opportunity on 123 Major League appearances. As after Sunday's game against Cleveland, Jeff Bannister had announced that they were not going to be using Neftali Feliz exclusively as the closer any longer, to kind of be closer by committee. And right now, Tollefson is that guy.
He's the committee right now.
Yeah, he would be it. Ortiz with a wild swing and a miss. Rangers have further action. Anthony Bass appeared in the series to this point. Ortiz to left center field. The Shields is not going to get there. One hops the wall. It is run down by Martin, who fires back in, but Ortiz with a slide and a double to begin things in the bottom of the ninth.
Well, that's how you defeat the shift. You hit line drives in the gap in right and left center field. David Ortiz gets the fastball away. He does not try to pull that pitch. He goes with it and drives it very hard into the gap. And David going as hard as he can into second base.
So a leadoff double here in the ninth. And now Hanley Ramirez represents the tying run. 0-for-3 in this game. In the dirt, blocked by Corporon.
Tries the breaking ball this time, and Corporon spinning that glove around, taking it off the arm. Well, I called for a Ramirez home run earlier in the ball game. I said he's going to hit one tonight. This will be a nice time, wouldn't it?
As good a time as any. As Koji warming in the pen. Hanley tried to hold up and did not, according to Marty Foster.
Back-to-back breaking balls to start off Ramirez.
Inside for ball two.
Well, that really has been the pattern against Ramirez. Fastballs inside, just off the plate, breaking balls away.
Ramirez pops it up into shallow center. The shortstop, Elvis Andrews, and look out. The center fielder calls him off, and Martin makes the catch for the first out of the ninth. I want to remind you to tune in to Red Sox Friday Night Fenway, presented by Budweiser, tomorrow at 5:30. Be sure to visit the Baseball Tavern before every Red Sox game in May for a chance to be selected as the Budweiser fan of the game. Fans 21 and over can participate. Budweiser, brewed the hard way. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Runner at second, one down. Mike Napoli coming up. The former Ranger, 0-for-3 in this game, has grounded out, struck out twice. Napoli will take strike one. David Ortiz with a leadoff double to begin things in the ninth, but Ramirez flies out for the first out of the ninth. Almost picked up the corner, but it's a ball, 1-1. Almost fooling Napoli there.
He went to a changeup on the 0-1 count.
Walking lead at second base for Big Papi. As Napoli with a swing and a miss on a pitch down and away.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that same pitch again away from Napoli, trying to stay away from his power. He's seen a fastball inside. He has seen a changeup. Now he sees the breaking ball away.
Napoli strikes out, and it is the same pitch. The slider down and away. 2 down in the ninth, third time that Napoli has struck out tonight.
Yeah, that wasn't hard to figure out. When you see a swing like that from Napoli, you know, on a pitch previous to that, you got to go back to it. And that's exactly what they did. And Towson, to his credit, was able to put the ball in just about the same spot both times.
Nika Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. 2 down in the ninth. Brock Holt, 1 for 2 with a walk in this game. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Strike 2. Towson, 6 straight appearances without giving up a run in 6 1/3. Ahead of Brock Holt, 0-2 with 2 down in the ninth. Xander Bogaerts hoping he'll get a chance here in the ninth. In the dirt, and Corporon able to block that. A ball and 2 strikes.
A lot of off-speed pitches to Brock Holt, a lot of changeups.
Outside, 2-2.
Another changeup.
David Ortiz at second base, 2 down here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 2-2 pitch to Brock Holt. Holt strikes out looking, and that's the ball game. Second straight night, Sean Tolleson has come in to get the save. A leadoff double for David Ortiz wasted in the ninth, and the Texas Rangers take this 3-game series. They win 2 out of 3 as they win tonight a final of 3-1 over the Red Sox. Now hitting the Red Sox 7-6 in the contest and making a winner of Wandy Rodriguez as Clay Buchholz suffers the loss. Again, the final, the Rangers 3, the Red Sox